My name is Steven Cusera.
My name is Alejandro Gonzalez.
My name is Alan Miller.
My name is James Gabinet.
This is On Record. May 16, 2014. Benedictine University, Lisle, Illinois. 6 months after auditions began last November, the Cavaliers move in and kick off the 66th anniversary season. This is pre-tour, the time of the season when we continue what we started this past winter and strengthen our foundation. It's time to get to work.
Square one is basically the very beginning of everything we do visually and musically, so we go back to basics, we learn all the fundamentals, and then we have to use those as our building blocks for the rest of the summer.
Well, if we've done our job right, square one was back in December at the audition camps.
We have to become really close with each other. We have to develop trust with each other.
You just went from kind of being your own boss to running on a schedule 24/7.
If we waited until May 16th or whatever day we moved in, we would be irreparably far behind.
Focusing on the mechanics of technique reinforces our approach, our methods.
The technique program gets personalized every year. As an example, right now, the horn line is doing a certain amount of movement or dance training with Andy Toth based on what he knows he's going to choreograph.
Well, all the stuff we do with the physical training and then the basic exercises with music and visual, those are the building blocks for what we do all summer.
I think the trick is finding exercises that are contemporary to what you're working on.
Those dance classes and warm-ups we have are what build the basis. We're able to kind of look at our bodies without the equipment in the way, so we can train ourselves how to do the right things. So when we do have equipment in our hands, it's kind of second nature. We know how to move our bodies.
They help develop our velocity, help develop how we prep, how we look when we play, our technique especially.
Pre-tour is a shock to the entire system, body and mind. The challenge is maintaining the path of progress while managing the stress of learning. This is not for the faint of heart.
The biggest challenge, honestly, is taking care of the membership.
You know, we kind of have to get our bodies acclimated to being on our feet all day, moving around all day, being out in the hot sun.
It's one thing to come in and do a 2-day camp where you're doing 12-hour days, and then the guys can go home and recoup on Sunday night. When you hit the ground running at 12-hour days, it's dangerous.
Coming here, having someone telling you that you're doing something completely wrong, that you've probably been practicing for the last 9 months, that you haven't been at drum corps, is definitely a hard habit to break.
Getting back into the technique, it's very, very different.
We don't do 12-hour days until probably about the third week, so we're staying more in the 10.5 to 11.5 hour range, giving the guys a little extra sleep time at night, letting their bodies recover. That's when their muscles actually get stronger. It's not during the rehearsals, during the sleep time.
Structure and routine are tenets of the drum corps activity, but the ability to adapt is simply critical to our success.
Oh, I definitely think that drum corps gives you the ability to improvise.
It's a learned skill, especially for an ensemble, in an activity that's as regimented as we are.
No day is ever the same, so there's going to be different things thrown at you.
In a perfect world, the show would be written exactly what we're going to play on finals night from day one, and we would just clean, 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 clean.
Striving for perfection requires an unwavering commitment. And when rehearsal days climb above 10 hours, the moments to relax become like prized possessions.
I've done tours where it was clear after the fact that we did not have enough downtime, and the stress level gets very high.
Well, it's really funny because we do have a laundry day tomorrow, and every block we're like, laundry tomorrow. It's kind of, what helps you get through, because as much as you love color guard and you love doing it every day and not really having anything else to do sometimes can really drive you a little insane. So the fact that you do have that time to decompress is really an awesome event. And we all kind of get dressed up and do our hair and have fun and go out to eat somewhere that's not the cook truck.
With this activity, every minute of the day, there's some place you have to be. And there's no time, it's very different from our normal lives, you know, college or high school or whatever, where you just have time to do whatever you want.
There were so many people that were at the barbecue and just wanted to see where the organization is. Even if they didn't have someone they even know in the Corps, they just want to come and see the organization because it means so much to them. And it means a lot to me as a member to be able to kind of see who's shaped this organization.
Going through this process of like initiations and stuff like that, it's really important to like know the alumni. I think it's just really cool to hear their stories and like see that they're still proud and still interested in what we do.
We get to have the perspective of when they marched and what things were like when they marched, and we get to hear all the cool stories from the alumni, and we get to see old friends of, you know, our friends that had just recently aged out that come back and visit.
There is a common understanding of our goals, our objectives, and the personal investment required for greatness. Asking individuals to step out of their comfort zones is part of the equation.
This has been the most holistic approach, I think, to the show design.
Usually when we are learning our show, we kind of learn our dots, we learn the choreography, and then we wait for the production value as we go on. Right now we are learning all of the big moments and we're producing it as we're learning it. So it's definitely a different feeling for me.
It's been pretty tiring, it's been pretty rough, but I mean, I know I have all the 149 guys that are right there with me doing the exact same thing. They're going through the same things I'm going through.
Whether it's been hard or whether it's been easy, it's been a fun process.
We had a rehearsal on the second movement yesterday where the visual coordinator was working with the marimbas, one of the color guard designers was working with the snare drummers, and the front ensemble instructor was teaching body to the bass drums. You know, I mean, we're out of our comfort zone, so to speak, but in a good way.
Connecting with home can be tough when you're on the road.
So if I was to call like someone from home right now, I would just ask how they're doing, kind of tell them about something rough that happened in my day because I know they'd make me feel better.
I would honestly say this is one of the smoothest pre-tours we've had, just because there's been so much preparation.
This drum corps has gotten a lot better really fast, and it's really exciting to see that. And so it just motivates me and it motivates the rest of the corps even more to push themselves. And we always have to remind ourselves that we're always happy, but we're never satisfied.
I would call my mom and my dad and tell them that I miss them.
So if I was calling somebody, I'd be like, this is awesome. Check us out June 18th, Indianapolis.
The first 2 weeks are in the books, and the first 2 movements are on the field. We say goodbye to Benedictine and turn our focus toward completing the show at Eastern Illinois University.